I'm Gideon Yeager with MTV News. A lot of musicians who are New York City natives are coming forward with their personal stories and words of encouragement for the survivors, the families and friends of the victims, and for people our age across the country. I got a chance on Thursday to sit down and talk with the Beastie Boys, who have been huge proponents of nonviolence and political awareness for years, and who hope that their fans lend a hand in any way possible and keep cool heads as the details of this calamity start to unfold. As native New Yorkers, how are you guys dealing with what happened on Tuesday?
I still feel like I'm maybe only dealing with this much of it, you know, like being right here in New York, especially for me. You know, I'm not far where I live. I'm not far from the World Trade Center, so I actually watched a lot of what happened, and I just, you know, it was really one kind of disbelief and belief for me. And you know, one of the things that I think is amazing that I've seen here, especially like where we all live, which is just downtown and closer to the World Trade Center itself, is just how much like people are actually really trying to help, and actually, you know, people are going. It's not like a scene of looting and what can I do for myself. It's more like, okay, well, how can I help?
Now, obviously, everybody's trying to make some sense of this. Has the sheer craziness of this, though, got you worried at all?
It is worrying to hear about the reactions outside of Manhattan and outside of New York City, and it's just like we're worried about, basically, and while we're here, we're worried about violence that's going to happen in America, and we're worried that people are going to take things into their own hands and react to this in a violent way, we just want to see people. Basically, we just really want to see people come together and help out.
Yeah, I think it's really important for people to recognize that although this may or may not have been done by people from the Middle East or people of Arabic descent, that even if that turns out to be the case, that in no way means that the majority of Arabic or Muslim people are negative people. I grew up in a Middle Eastern neighborhood in Brooklyn, and I have a lot of friends that I grew up with that are of Middle Eastern descent, and people need to know that that most Middle Eastern people would find this horrible, just as, you know, are completely offended by it. And now the idea that some people who are of Middle Eastern descent are being the victims of American nationalism is terrifying.
That's also another thing we want to say, is that it seems as though the terrorists did something to terrorize all of us in America, and I think that if we're acting violently towards each other in America, that's exactly what the terrorists want. And seeing New Yorkers working together and really helping one another out is such a good message, and it's the last thing the terrorists want to see us doing. That's why we're here trying to let everybody know that I feel the last thing the terrorists want is for us to work together. And that's why I think we should really work together.
Sound advice. For those of you who are in New York City and want to make a donation to the Red Cross, the MTV store here at 1515 Broadway in Times Square will be collecting money during store hours for continuing coverage of the terrorist attack on Tuesday and how it's affecting young people across the country. Or if you want to share your feelings about this catastrophe, please log on to mtvnews.com.